This is your Twisted Girl, CKR, and I am at Shriekfest 2019, and I'm talking to Corpsy.
Very well said. You pronounced it correctly.
Thank you. I practiced it a little bit right before we went on air. And so I want to know, what are you looking forward to at Shriekfest 2019 this year?
Well, it was really meeting you. So good night, everybody. What am I looking forward to? I've sponsored this event for 8 years. I used to do all the interviews here before no one did. So I'm excited not to be doing that this year. This is just exciting because this is a level of people starting their careers off. A lot of the people you're seeing now will sell their movie and they'll launch their career. And I have a magazine called Girls and Corpses. It was on newsstands for years. Matter of fact, I bring my hearse. We'll be at Shriekfest again this year. My 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor, which is in Avril Lavigne's music video, I Fell in Love with the Devil.
Oh my God, I love that song too. I just got the new album.
Well, go look at the video. She's driving my hearse.
Oh my gosh.
Very cool. So, what do I look for? I love Denise Gossett. She's like a sister to me. I like the vibe of it because it's not your intense film festival business vibe. It's very chill. You go in and you can drink. I guess I look forward to drinking. There's a lot of alcohol. And there's a guy that pops the trunk of his car and he has a bar in it. So that's great. And then I'm going to watch 48 movies.
Okay.
Horror movies. There are no bad movies at Shriekfest, honest to God. There may be ones that you like better, but this is the best selection and best film festival in the country for horror movies.
Do you have a favorite subgenre of horror?
Well, I would say it's a subgenre that I do, which is comedy horror. Okay. So, like Shaun of the Dead is pretty much my favorite movie. I have a movie, Cynthia, that's on VOD streaming everywhere right now, on iTunes and everywhere you can, DirecTV. It's called Cynthia. It stars Scout Taylor Compton from Halloween. It stars Bill Mosley from The Devil's Rejects. And sadly, my very good friend Sid Haig. Sid Haig just passed away.
Yes.
I adored Sid. We were personal buddies. We lunched together. We did dozens of shows that he sat in my booth and signed with me. And it was a very special guy. He won the IFS Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Cynthia. It was the first time he ever played a detective because he always plays horrible guys. And when he won his award at the IFS Film Festival, he held up the award and said, "My whole career, I've played bad guys, assholes, and serial killers. I play one cop."
And they gave him an award.
And they gave him an award. So I loved him. Really, very sad. And so Bill Mosley's a really good friend of mine. And I have a new movie that's done and we just sold called Exorcism at 60,000 Feet. It stars Lance Henriksen from Aliens, Adrienne Barbeau from The Fog, Bai Ling from The Crow.
Sounds like an all-star cast right here.
We have a great cast. Kevin J. O'Connor, Kelly Maroney, who's going to be showing up here, you'll talk to. So anyhow, it's a great show. I love the people involved. I like alcohol, so we'll be drinking a lot, and that's the best thing. And then, it's over too fast. Yeah. Like in a snap.
And finally, what is your hope for horror in 2020? As we, looking at the industry right now, we've got an elevator horror, we have a lot of good comedy horror such as yours and things like that. What are you looking forward to most? So what's your hopes for the genre?
It's a very challenging time for independent filmmakers, probably the most ever. Movie theaters for independent filmmakers has pretty much ended. The studios own the theaters, they're big event movies for superhero films and big action films, but even Three from Hell opened in 3 theaters. It made $2 million in 3 days. Why Lionsgate didn't continue in theaters tells you where the business is at, because it's so expensive to do P&A, which is prints and advertising, that they don't want to do that. So my hope is that there's an independent world left. It's all just going now to streaming. The movie theater for horror movies is done. I hope that people continue to make these movies, but it's harder and harder to make any money. And they're not paying any money when you sell these movies. You're not getting a MG, which is a minimum guarantee anymore. There's too much product. So it's tough. Keep going, though. Keep trying. Maybe you'll win the horror lottery.
Yes. So optimism going into horror 2020, and as we go into Shriekfest. Thank you, Corpsy.
Hey, you're awesome. Stay tuned for more from her.
Thank you. Yeah. Is Cynthia, what, I was going to ask you what platform.
Yes, yeah.